Hey Jenny, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead because we're watching paint dry. Come on out, please do.
Okay. Hey, what has been the most effective way for you trading multiple accounts on futures?
I'm still working on that. And I know people say that they have it. I first off, I feel like the people who are honest to God having success and not just, clickbait. I think that the thing that they're doing differently is they're trading all Apex one day, right? Or like right now, for example, they're trading their Apex accounts, and then later on today they'll trade their take profit accounts and just group trading like that. Because I can tell you, for me, none of the softwares, and I'm very invested. I've spent a small fortune in testing and blowing things up, trying to get it to work. But NinjaTrader, I think, lacks reliability. But granted, I trade on Mac and through a VPS, so you already know that adds a complexity that maybe other people are not experiencing that I do. But NinjaTrader is not bad, but sometimes, like the affordable indicator tools, it will reverse the position. Or like if you're trying to mirror minis to micros, it will it's very strange because sometimes it gets it right and sometimes it gets it wrong. And to me, the logic behind the errors is ridiculous. TradeSinker.com, it's in my link tree. Definitely check them out. I think they're the most reliable in general. But if this moves very fast, okay, so like this happened, what was it, last Thursday in class? We were in a gold trade. It moved very fast. My management kicked in very fast. As expected, it worked, meaning I bought the minis, I mirrored to micros, 20 some odd accounts, 7 or 8 different platforms or brokers to kind of give you an idea. It worked as expected perfectly. But when it closed so fast, even though it should have kept that and like everything stays closed, and they do have little safety switches in there that help with this supposedly, but what happened was it actually took the other position, the other direction, and all of those took them in minis. So if you caught that, hopefully I kind of explained that well enough. So minis to micros worked perfectly, managed fine, and then it stopped. Something moved too fast and it misread it, and it entered all of those accounts into minis, which none of them should have been minis. So that's TradeSinker. I have yet to have a solution that works 100%. I would be very happy with a solution that works 80% of the time as expected, and I have yet to find one. So if you guys have one, I will pay for it. Some of these are $500 a month. Like they're expensive. So to cost that much and fail, I feel like that's a big hole in the industry because they all fail. And if somebody has a better piece of advice, I'm all for it because the people I know who are doing very well trading a multitude of accounts at the same time, either A, they're only trading their Apex accounts or like their Take Profit or their Blue Knox or whatever brokers they're supporting, and then they go, to the other kind of accounts. B, they're using NinjaTrader, and I'm guessing the reason why it was working for them is they're not trading on a VPS, which I'm sure expedites it and speeds up the process because it's heavy. Like for example, this morning I couldn't even get it to load until after market opened. Replikanto's not bad, but it flips the positions if you're trying to go minis to micros. So that, or just I'll do all micros because if you're doing minis, it doesn't work. And I feel like there's a hole in all of them. Here we go again. But somebody tell me, I mean, there's a few of you guys who are much more versed in this, like in terms of long term than I am. But at this point, I go big. I'm talking, all 20 accounts, all five, all this, all 8 brokers. So I think I have enough, what is it? Quantity of data that says none of them are great. Replikanto. Andrew, do you do all minis or all micros? Like each account goes to minis to micros? Because Replikanto at least got the numbers right. Yeah, there you go. All micros. I think that would be a solution that would work, is all micros. But trying to make it work as advertised, I have yet to find anything that does better than 60% of the time long term. TradeSinker is really good, and I think if I just did all micros, it would be fine. It would be better, maybe not fine, but better.
So with Take Profit Trader, they use Tradeovate. Is it effective trading multiple accounts through Take Profit Trader with Tradeovate?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
so the trade copier on Tradeovate is freaking awesome. The only downside is you can't use their ATM, which I think is a downside. I think it's stupid because then you're stuck trading, doing like, let's say we're going to sell this. Here comes NQ. It's selling big time and everything else too. So hold on here. Let me go look for my other instrument, my other broker. I love the trade copier on Tradeovate. I love it. Its only weaknesses are I'm going to be looking to enter ES if my stuff doesn't freeze. We're coming down to this. I want confirmation, so I really want the close below. So we broke below, smaller time frame, but I need the close below this area before I get too excited. But I am prepared for when and if. Hold on 1 minute. But I love the trade copier on Tradeovate. I think it works perfectly. If I was going to do 5 accounts with just Take Profit Trader, it works perfectly. The biggest, it executes as advertised. It does everything as advertised. If you're doing one mini, you're doing minis on all of them. If you're doing micros, you're doing micros on all of them. That's how it works. It works exactly like it should. The weaknesses of that one is if you have like one account that's got a ton of extra equity and one account that maybe you're building up and doesn't have that buffer, you can't do like minis to micros, and you can't do like, hey, I'm going to do 5 micros on this account because it's got $10,000 more room, and this one I'm going to do, 2 micros. You can't do that. You have to be, every account is getting the exact same number of contracts. That's one of the weaknesses on the Tradeovate trade copier. The other weakness on the Tradeovate trade copier is you can't use the ATM function, which I really value, not even for the sake. Here we go. I'm on the 1 minute. We've got 8 seconds left. We're looking like we're trying to get the close below. You can ratio. I have Replikanto too. I told you I bought all of them. Now we're moving below. So we've got all the confirmation that we needed. The risk on this is going to be a little higher for sure. There's just no way around it. I'm in ES. I'm going to give this plenty of room. Coming to look to take out at least yesterday's close. Get that out of the way. Let's go up to the 15-minute time frame. This is what I'm looking to do. We'll see. We're up just barely, half point on ES. Half point. I care a lot about ATM because of the ghost order and pending order problem that I know I'm not the only one who has faced, right? What I mean by ghost order and pending order, if I take a sell and then I have to put a buy limit and a buy, pending buys to basically close that, the benefit of using that ATM is those automatically disappear when the trade closes if you're doing it that way with the management in place. If I place those manually, I end up with those little baby ones maybe you didn't see, the human level of error, and that just kind of sucks. And I know that means I'm the problem there, but the amount of times that happened too was awful. Whereas trading with the ATM running means I'm in this trade, I'm going to win or lose. All pending orders are removed, right? Of course, I've gotten much better at hitting the exit all and market all. But as you guys know, I had a guy message me maybe 2 weeks ago. He goes, "This is fraud." He was so serious about it too. He goes, "I am so serious." Because this should be illegal because technically the exit all button does not necessarily guarantee that all orders are exited. Take Profit Trader had told him he can go to the website and hit a button or something, if I'm not mistaken. But to me, this is the most effective way to ensure that the orders are closed when the orders are done. Baby imbalance here. Hopefully we're not getting past that. 2070, 75. I find this price action just rude. Inconsiderate. Don't they see we're trying to sell this here? I think that's what they do see, and that's why they're doing this. Let's knock out all the impatient people and the people who overprotect their trades, who choke their trades. Yep, they're gone. And then they'll drop it. In total, up 9 grand on the day between all the accounts, provided this closes in and around $200.
And gold's still pushing too.
Yeah, gold was the winner today for sure. Beautiful. Look at that. What did we say at the beginning of class? If we're breaking down, I'm going to target to take all of this out. We're coming into that first imbalance area, and then I'd be targeting into here. There's a white line we have drawn. I really want to see. NQ, lots of wick. This is the 5 minute. Lots of wicks to the upside, downside. ES. We've hit one 5 minute range. I'm wanting this to close with a $200 profit-ish, but we'll see. Because split between all the accounts, it equals about 9,000. I'm sitting around 6,000 now. It adds up quick when you're doing lots of accounts. I'm also trying not to get huge days anymore, because that huge day it breaks all the other rules, the consistency rules, or it breaks this, or it just makes it to where since your wins are so big, your losses have a lot more room, and most of the accounts don't have that much room because of the trailing drawdown or the trailing whatever or trailing something. I can't afford to risk as much as I can afford to gain, so that's kind of backing down off of those huge 40 or 100K. Look what I can do days that just, if it doesn't end up in my bank account, it doesn't do me any darn good. So